Hey guys, Luke here, welcome back to Season 2, Episode 8 of my Player Career Mode series titled The Player. In this episode we're going to be going through the Premier League and also Europa League with Southampton. Now in the previous episode I'd like to address that we came back from injury, well we actually got injured in the last episode in the game against Chelsea, simulated through a whole bunch of games, and then came back playing for the Socceroos. We destroyed Ireland. Republic of Ireland or whatever they're called in football, and then we had a lackluster game against England. But now we're back to the Premier League, and this is the chance I was talking about in the previous episode. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. I was talking about the big games you want to play in, the games against Chelsea and those sort of games, because you want to impress. And the game against England was another one. Games where lots of people are going to be watching, and this Arsenal game is no exception. It's a big game, lots of people are going to be watching, and we did start it off with a flurry. Although we didn't end up picking up the goal, we hit the post, which was, I was a little bit disappointed because I would have loved to have got the goal early on, would have changed the game dramatically, but we didn't. We're going to have to move on from that. We did get a tribute bonus for like key passes or something. You see here, we're just dancing through the defense there. Unfortunately, the keeper makes a save. They did have a very heavily rotated squad, at least in the back line I saw. But then Ramsey, as he does, and he does all the time in this game, just steps up and just destroys a shot. Like, he just puts it in the back of the net. It was crazy. Now the more I'm looking at the side, the more I'm realizing it's probably not like a huge rotated squad, but I know that they had the Hayden guy and Bellerin was playing as well, I think, so it was somewhat rotated. But the match ended up 1-0, and I was quite disappointed that we didn't end up scoring a goal, considering we did have some great chances to hit the post, and that was all early on, so I was expecting to get a lot more chances, but they sort of just shut up shop for the rest of the game once they got their lead. And I got to admit, the lead sort of went against the run of play, so there was that. So we're going to go in to the lineup, and here's the Sunderland lineup. They've got a 4-1-3-1 or whatever it is, 4-1-4-1, I can't remember. And then there's our formation. So we're up front again. So we're going to be looking to bounce back from that performance against Arsenal. I mean, that's really 2 games in a row which have been pretty lackluster, and I know the media are starting to get up on us, because I've seen when I was editing these videos, the little articles that come up in FIFA were saying like where he's missing his goal scoring boots, but right here we're going to get them. I mean, we didn't actually score it with the foot, but or with the feet I should say, but we ended up scoring. That means we're 5 from 5 from headers, and that gives us a few new stat increases. I think heading was one of them, and probably jumping or something was one of them. So but the better we get with the head, the better our player is. I mean, you can only do so much with the feet. If you can add that dimension, like another dimension to your game, being able to score goals with headers, like you go from being a good player to being a great player, and that's just my opinion. But if there's chances where teams are just parking the bus, I can just get in the middle and head it home and game over. But we end up winning 1-0, and that's our 60th game that we've played, and we get some more stuff for shooting. I'm not sure what I guess the 40 from 40 is like. The stuff for having like 40 achievements from the shooting section, and that actually moves our player up to an 81 rated, so we're starting to get into that real world class standard. I mean, maybe not world class, but right now we're in like an elite player at this stage. Like Sunderland is an 80 rated, I think, and we're an 81, so we're the best player on the Southampton team now. As you can see right here, we miss an open goal. I couldn't believe it when it happened. Like, I had to just sit there for a second. I watched all the replays and everything. I was just like, oh my god, how did that even happen? So right here, this is just a little chance, just showing a little bit of our movement and a nice little cross that I put in. So we're going to whip in a cross right here, and a nice little head to it, but didn't really go anywhere. But it's just showing, I like to sort of not crowd the box and that sort of stuff, because we got wingers. Sometimes the box tends to get too rushed. I don't know if I put it right, but at the same time, I want to explain it as we do end up scoring there. But because we missed that open chance, the open goal, I was sort of putting a lot more pressure on myself, being like, well, if we don't win this game, it's my fault. If we don't draw this game, it's my fault. Not that it really matters, because we've got such a big league and lead in the Europa League that, yeah, like I said, it doesn't really matter if we win or lose, whatever. We're still going to have that top spot, but we would like to just keep that top spot as long as possible. So we're just going to go on a nice little score on there. We had a Ronaldo chop, some little body feints. And then we're going to get a shot off in a second. Oh no, not actually, sorry, Ronaldo chop, and then we're just going to get destroyed, and the ball's going to roll out for a corner, but I'm not going to shout the corner, nothing happened. And then we jumped all the way into the 80th minute, so we went from the kickoff to the 80th minute, and they're going to belt the ball into the back of the net. And at this stage I was like, oh well, my worst fears have come true, and that being that costly miss at the start. It really is going to cost us. But then I thought for a second, oh well, Maine or whoever it is, or Rowe, they're going to go through, they're going to score. He got deflected out, and here's the chance from the corner, and bam, we end up scoring 2-1, 90th minute. And like I was saying before, heading, it's a big thing to have. If you can head the ball well as being great with the feet, and then, you know, you become a world-class player. And I'm not talking about, you know, the people like Peter Crouch that feel pretty good with the head, but, you know, don't have the speed or anything. I'm talking about you're an all-rounder, and I think my player right now, 81 rated, we're an all-rounder. Pick up 2 goals there. It should have been 3, but you know, if we'd scored the first one, maybe we wouldn't have scored the others. So to round out this episode, we've got one more simulated game. This is against Leeds, who got promoted last year. Now, I don't really know too many of Leeds players, but I'm expecting a win for us. We've still got Pele there, or Pella, whatever his name is. We've got Mayuka. We got a team that's been put out, and we got a team that can win, really, is what I'm trying to say. Even though I'm the best player in the side, a backup player isn't too bad. Italy international, so yes, not a bad backup. So that's where we're going to leave the episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. A little bit better form in comparison to the last one, and you know, we're back from injury, back in the Premier League. So yeah, like I said, hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you can leave a like, and also subscribe to my channel for more, and I will see you for the next episode, guys. Bye!